For the past month, we have welcomed our 2 friends on board our 40-foot boat out here in the Sea of Cortez, Mexico. We have been blown away by the quiet anchorages, abundant marine life, and sheer beauty out here in the desert. But it's time for them to continue their trip north. But before we say goodbye, they help us answer some crucial questions about life on a boat.
Do you poo in a bucket?
Subscribe for it all, and let's bloody do it. Super protected in there.
Right, so the plan is we drop these guys off tomorrow, we hire a car, drive to La Paz, and pick up Becca's friend. Usually we say to people we can tell them a time or a place we can pick them up, but not both. But the wind has been in our favour recently, and pulling into this hole, because that's realistically the only name for it, we felt good that Ella wouldn't be standing at the airport wondering if we got lost the previous day.
You ready with the long stick, Eleanor?
I'm ready. God, I can't imagine mooring on your own.
Yeah, if you're solo, that must be really hard.
Manic.
I think soloers try and get the buoy up right next to them. And then like reach over.
And then grab it.
But yeah, it's tough. There is a bit of a fray on the buoy.
Oh yeah? How much?
On the line. I think if we do a rolling hitch as well, it'll make me feel a bit better.
Shit. Okay, well we'll put a bowline lower down in it and we'll use that. I'm not using that. That's ridiculous. You can take a photo of that.
The wind was forecast to stay low, and you don't really get squalls out here this time of year, so with our own bowline, we felt good about leaving Tay-Lee. Yeah, that's a good idea. Right, 4 weeks have come to an end. 4 weeks.
4 weeks. It's gone by quickly.
It has.
But also slowly.
Time is a construct.
Anyway, we asked you over on Patreon and Instagram for some questions for the group to answer after 4 weeks living on a boat. These guys haven't lived on a boat, or have you stayed on a boat overnight before?
Once.
Done
During our comp crew.
3 nights maybe on a boat, but before that, nothing.
We just wanted to thank BetterHelp for this paid partnership, which allows us to keep creating content as we start to prep for the passage to Canada next month.
I know that in the past when we've been in boat yards and had a lot of projects to get done, we've kind of set big unrealistic expectations of ourselves and what we want to get done in that time, and it's often led to us being a bit anxious about kind of getting out, getting everything done and getting on the move for that season. And while sailing does solve 99% of our problems, it doesn't always solve everything, and the anxiety that has been built up over those times can often linger on past that.
BetterHelp can provide you with a therapist who can help in all kinds of situations. The majority of BetterHelp members seek support for anxiety, and 69% report reduced anxiety symptoms after 6 weeks of BetterHelp therapy. It's easy to start, just fill out a questionnaire and they'll connect you with a credentialed therapist as soon as possible.
Easily switch therapists at any time and no extra cost if they're not right for you. They carefully make sure that any therapist on the platform is well qualified, and their customer support team is there if you have any questions. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a site you can trust. Let BetterHelp rule your anxiety so it doesn't rule you.
Click the link in the description or head to betterhelp.com/TeuluTribe
and get 10% off your first month of therapy.
So we're going to answer your questions right now.
Okay, firstly, favourite bit of boat life?
I think it is that you just have nature right on your boat swim ladder.
Doorstep. Yeah,
Do you want to go?
Living on the water and everything that comes with it. The marine life has been spectacular. They've been the wow moments. The dolphins, the whales.
It has been exceptional.
The birds.
Yeah.
Seen 2 kinds of whales, dolphins, seals, sea lions, rays, sharks,
And 2 different types of rays.
octopus, squid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
lots of seabirds.
Okay, next bit is for a crowd.
Are we all answering this? Or
Yeah,
is
we
it
It
just-
is
all
for a
answer it.
crowd.
It's for a crowd in all
No.
the good ways.
I don't think it is a crowd.
I think it's not a crowd when we don't want it to be, but if we're all in one place cooking and there's 4 people, it can be a crowd.
I think it's felt more like a family. You know when people are getting on and you do other things. And there's enough space
No.
like in the boat so that you can have your own space
Yeah.
Yeah.
and not feel like you're interrupting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually one of my favourite bits about the boat is it can feel smaller in certain spaces, but then overall it's nice to have kind of different sections of the boat so we can kind of separate if we need to.
It
as
was
well.
a big reason why we got the boat, because it's a V-berth and there's an aft cabin and they've both got their own heads.
Yeah. So we have our own separate little areas.
It's fine, isn't it? You just elbow me out the way when you want me to move.
Coming through.
Yeah.
Okay, how hard is it to pack for a sailing trip, and what have you used the most?
Well.
I think should have been easier than what we made of it.
We definitely overpacked.
But you were
lot.
packing for a
But we
big
were
trip.
packing for a longer trip. What have we used the most? Swimming costumes.
Swimming costumes.
And masks.
Yeah.
Masks. And any surprises? Big hats. It's been so hot.
Especially when Bert loses all of his hats. all
Yeah,
the
how
time.
many have you lost?
Only 2. Thought it was 3, but refound.
Right. So yeah, hats and swimming costumes.
Binoculars.
Oh,
Binoculars.
yeah, we
they
used
came.
those.
They
I
came a
know.
treat.
We aspired
for
on a
sure.
lot of people.
Sad.
Yeah,
Can't
I
say
mean,
that.
yeah. Weird.
That's our secret.
No, but for everything you need an extra pair of eyes to extend, isn't it? There's things to look at far away, whether they be boats for safety or
Mooring
danger
buoys.
or animals.
How do toilets work on a boat? Do you poo in a bucket?
Not in a bucket. No, they're like a normal toilet, and it felt like a good transition, especially in Mexico, because they don't flush the toilet paper. So you just put it in a bin, and then you dispose of that at the end of the day every day, and it's like a normal flush. The flush is quite fun. It's a bit of an arm workout.
Yeah, quite a high water level as well.
It's basically a glorified bucket
So-
with suction.
I felt like
Yeah.
I've been treading water at times.
But the bioluminescence, did you see that in the toilet?
No, but we did get a
Yes,
little goby.
that's fun.
That was
we
fun.
had some little gobies. One bigger one, probably like that big,
Wow.
Yeah.
in the toilet.
Just looking at you.
Did flush it beforehand.
Okay, what's been the most challenging bit of living on a boat?
Apart from us.
Most challenging bit certainly wouldn't be the Catan opposition.
Zach?
Yeah.
No, the most challenging bit of living on a boat, I think, not that we've experienced it as much because you're taking the lead, the helm on things, is that you've got to be aware of your surroundings. Things can change like that, and you're best knowing what is around you so you can predict and plan. So we've been getting a bit of a taste for that.
Can never 100% relax.
We did have a fair bit of wind on anchor, and you know, we're checking in the night to make sure everything's good, and while we trust the anchor and everything, there is a lot of noise when that happens.
The hill, which is always one thing.
And you can't just sleep through it. You wouldn't want to really, because you know, you have to be alert and on it. So that's definitely, I think, a fair challenge of boat life.
Yeah, maybe the sleeping.
Yeah,
To be fair, when it's bad weather and it's windy, so it's noisy, and then you're rolling
Yeah.
and you're sort of up. And we haven't even been having to do watches or anything, just trying to get a normal night's sleep. It does hinder you somewhat.
Yeah.
You do become fairly used to it though, don't you? So, you guys lived in a boat. You guys didn't live in a boat. You guys lived in a van
We did.
for 6 months travelling through Europe.
Yeah, 6 months in Europe.
What's the biggest difference between van life and boat life?
Well, this, I would say, is a lot more off-grid than our van was. As in, the fact you have a water maker,
Oh, well, yeah.
that's
as in
amazing.
the
Like, we had...
equipment.
yeah, like, we had to fill up with water whenever we ran out, and you can just make it. Like,
Yeah.
that is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And the space in here is much bigger. You have compartmentalised living, which is lovely. Whereas in the van, every bit of space is your everything.
You're pooping while someone's cooking.
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
I'd say it would be the sense of community in the boats. The first day that we arrived, well, the first morning, proper morning, we woke up and you were already having someone come to your boat and introduce
Oh yeah, on the
themselves
paddleboard.
and say hello,
Yeah.
and invited you for dinner. There's space for that communal living, whereas in the van we were very isolated. You'd sort of, like an ill pet, take yourself off to a dark corner and then try and get a good night's sleep. But here people are much more wanting to socialise in the evening than what we found travelling around in a van.
A lot here as well.
Yeah.
Almost more than we've found in the rest of the Pacific, really.
Yeah, for sure. The rest of the south of the Pacific, not South Pacific, but south of where we were.
It's a lot quieter in
Lot
terms
quieter.
of boats and less kind of people around.
And if anyone is there, they're kind of like making their way through those areas, aren't they? But here, people are actually like here and...
It's definitely one of my favourite bits of the boat life, though. Just the people we meet. We've met some amazing people the last few weeks, and we actually met a boat which insisted on cooking us dinner like 3 nights in a row.
This
So
is
Yeah.
great.
yeah, which
It
was
was great.
amazing.
Yeah, great food and great company.
And
it
yeah,
was.
3 lovely dogs.
Yeah.
So this is the question that mystifies people, but how do we get food living on a boat?
Oh.
Well, as Bear Grylls says, find it, catch it, kill it. Or catch it, kill it, eat it.
There we go.
And then, yeah, you just go shopping. You do, like, provisioning.
Just
And
at a
you-
supermarket.
Yeah.
Big provisions at the
Yeah.
supermarket. And
Yeah.
then fishing when you can.
So we did 2 shops. We did one in La Paz that you guys saw, and then we also did a top-up shop in Loreto, and we just provisioned for 3 weeks up, and then Loreto, and then now we're going back down.
From Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we haven't run out of food. I think we've missed some
We got
things.
pretty close in the Reto. We were out of all of our fresh stuff by the time we got to Reto. We had some cabbage and onion left.
Yeah, and the cheese was being rationed, which was a sad
Cheese
moment.
tax.
Cheese
Cheese
tax.
I'm
tax.
very glad we actually got some fish though. That really held us over.
This is more for Zach, I guess. How do you know everything coming into a port? The fees, the passports, where to anchor, where to check in, where to check out, etc.
No Foreign Land kind of has all of your kind of information to do that. Normally it's quite a reputable source that we've used for a lot of things, but that and other boats that we meet who are going the other way or have been there before, or forums online,
Cruising guides
cruising guides and stuff like that. But yeah, probably our 2 biggest ones are other people and then No Foreign Land. It's kind
and
of our...
Insight. Okay, next question. How do you get stuff mailed to you?
Oh.
Can you guess?
We'll have a punt at this then.
You'd...
I'd think that you'd... Oh, maybe the marina.
Yeah,
The
I
marina.
reckon the marina.
That's what I'd guess.
Or a locker.
Yeah, you're completely right.
I'd say normally though we get people who are coming out to visit us bring stuff.
Yeah,
That's the
actually.
biggest thing. We've got a friend coming tomorrow who's bringing a load of stuff, and then whenever your parents or my parents come, they've brought loads of stuff.
Yeah,
When
that's
Stuart
totally
came,
fair.
he brought loads of stuff. Whenever we've flown back from the UK, we've also brought tons of stuff, like 2 suitcases of
What?
parts and spares.
What's she bringing?
Oh, she's bringing Teach's life jacket, engine spares for Ian, exhaust, hose, like all sorts.
Isn't she bringing a glow plug or something as well?
Yeah.
For Ian. There are loads of little bits.
I guess the last question, which I think is either 10 or 11, is any unexpected things you didn't realise boat life would contain?
That is a good question.
Good question.
There's a lot of space on the boat, more than I would have thought. I'd say that it has actual rooms. There's amazing visibility, particularly in this part of the boat. Below deck, it doesn't feel so claustrophobic. Particularly on your boat. And then unexpected things. I was surprised by how unbusy it was. Travelling around the Sea of Cortez. I thought it would be a popular route with particularly American cruisers. But that hasn't been the case. I thought it would be much busier, and it's been like just the right amount.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have wanted it to be quieter because the people that we've met has been very fun and worthwhile.
Apart from here, I think apart from here in the past, the busiest bays have had 5 other boats in it, probably.
Yeah, which compared to the Caribbean is nothing.
And then most of the time, it's just been like 1 or 2 others, really, hasn't it? And then occasionally by ourselves, but only like twice by ourselves.
Yeah.
Completely.
And yeah, you're very much by yourself. There's not people coming to tell you what to do. I would have thought with it being national parks around, there might be some sort of authority enforcing rules and regs, something like that, but actually that hasn't been the case at all.
Yeah, we haven't seen anyone, have we?
No, we literally haven't.
Sailing wise, probably just my naivety towards sailing, but I had never seen one of those like sail sock things.
Oh, actually, the
Like the
sheets.
chutes. And that
Oh,
was
right.
really like such a clever way of hoisting a sail.
Yeah, not all of them have that.
Yeah.
That's one we chose, and actually
It
been
makes it a lot easier
really-
for short-handed people when there's just 2 people.
Yeah.
If it was a traditional spinnaker, it'd be a lot harder for us to use it, wouldn't it? But that sock makes it very
Yeah.
accessible for solo or for 2 people to do it.
I was going to say we haven't been seasick.
Yes, that's something I was really nervous about, actually. I was really nervous about being seasick, especially when we were on passage and we went down and, like, made breakfast. I was fine.
Yeah.
We were both fine.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yes.
it's been the best few weeks on board. Like,
Month.
yeah. And we honestly wouldn't have picked any other people to be in our home with us for 4 weeks. So
Thank you so much for
Becca.
having us.
It really
It's
makes
been-
everyone cry.
I know.
It has been
It has
amazing.
been amazing. Like,
And so fun, the camaraderie, the banter, the life with you guys has been great. So.
yeah, to spend a month with some of your best mates.
Yeah. And you get to see
In,
Teak grow
yeah,
up.
Teak
as
grow
well.
up.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
like,
big
oh,
when you
he's
first
little,
saw
now
him.
he's just big.
Zach, any
He's still
final
schmoozing.
emotional words?
I think Becca's said everything I need to say.
Oh yeah, I'm comedian that. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna head to the marina pool. We're gonna take a really, really good shower because we are hiring a car and we're
Yeah.
up at 5 a.m. tomorrow to drive.
It's
up
been a
to La
whole
Paz.
month, Becca, since you've had a shower.
Alright, it's about 9 o'clock now. We left the marina, the boat actually at 4:30 and left driving at 5. And we are driving to collect Ella, a really, really, really good friend of mine, from the airport in La Paz. And it's about I think it's about an 8-hour round trip. She's definitely worth it. So yeah, it's not any sweat to us. And young Teak has joined us on the trip. We're actually at the Shadrai now, which is the big supermarket in La Paz. Going to do another provision for the next 2 weeks because that's how long she is with us on board. And then, yeah, we need to go to the Home Depot quickly and get a little boat part and then collect her and go back. So, exciting day. And yeah, the road here was insane. Loads of cactus, obviously, but also loads of rubbish. We didn't expect there's just truckloads of trash at different points, which really surprised us. We saw a few dead coyotes, which was kind of cool, but yeah, really good drive. And now we're just getting some provisions and then gonna pick her up. Nice supermarket.
We are leaving this morning and heading either 37 or 76 miles south of here to either El Gato or San Francisco Bay. Ideally San Francisco because this is the only good day left with northerly winds coming down, and so we're hoping to take full advantage of this and actually sail most of the way to San Francisco. If we do go all the way down there, we're probably not going to get in until quite late this evening. That doesn't matter, as long as we can sail, we'll be really happy. But if the wind's rubbish, which it might be, we're just going to go 37 miles to El Gato, drop hook there for a couple of days, and then go to San Francisco in a few days after that when there's a bit more wind. But yeah, for now, we're going to get off the mooring buoy and head out of this mill pond.
It's gorgeous though, look at this.
Yeah, we've set pretty well here.
One of the most spectacular views we've had by far.
A lot of boats.
You can see why they call it a hurricane hole. Such good protection.
Yeah.
Okay, let her go. Love our 8 strand. Overkill,
Yes.
but it's wonderful. It shouldn't get caught through there, should it?
No.
Nice. Well. That was like the one. Just see Zach.
A really big blue whale. It looked pretty big from here, but yeah, pretty impressive. There's only 10,000 of those around.
So cool. I am joined on the bow with my bestest friend, Ella. We actually met in France on a ski season, like 8 years ago now or something, maybe even longer. And Ella's out for the next 2 weeks as we sail from Escondido down to La Paz. And oh, there it is! Oh my gosh!
Oh my God, it's huge.
Whoa! There it is! Zach, there it is! Oh my gosh, there's two.
Oh my God, it just jumped. It really jumped.
Oh my gosh! It's moments like this which take your breath away. How truly, truly grateful we are to see these whales from our own home and boat. Wow.
Oh man, that yellowtail's a monster. Sharp, yellowtail.
Support the locals where you can. What have you bought?
It's got a massive yellowtail in there. Yellowtail. But just a little snapper.
Nice.
Muchas gracias.
Ok, amigo, hasta luego.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Hasta luego. The beach where everyone else is, or?
Yeah, let's go to the beach there. We might be able to say hi to some people. Why not? We can just always walk along and... No swimming, doggo. This is insane rock. We actually haven't had any rock like this.
Wow.
Yeah, that is cool. We made it to El Gato and it's beautiful. A local fisherman just came up and sold us some snapper, so that's what we're going to have for dinner with mole sauce and enchiladas. So looking forward to that. It was a pretty slow day, to be honest. Just the motor, the wind, forecast was pretty wrong, but the good news about it being calm was that we saw a lot of whales, and actually we saw grey whales and blue whales, which is a real once in a lifetime opportunity from your own boat. But yeah, this is crazy geography. Look at this landscape. We haven't encountered anything like this in the Sea of Cortez. What have you found?
Coyote pup.
Oh gosh.
Little coyote.
Are you really?
Looks like it.
Oh my
Think of
gosh.
anything else that looks like that around.
Something has ravaged that.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like teak.
I did think it was a cat at first, but the fur's different.
You'd think it was a bird if it wasn't for the fluff.
Yeah, definitely. And the little foot. It kind of looks like a rabbit as well.
It does look like a rabbit.
But
Or the
long
tail. Ella's getting her energy out. Wow, this is so cool. It's gorgeous. I'm so happy we stopped, Zach. Oh, I'm excited for the snorkel.
Oh!
Have you seen them dive headfirst in the water and get fish? No. So funny. They plummet off. Look at the fish. Back.
Some of those.
I hate boys.
Oh, it's great.
Hey Zach, what are you doing?
I'm swimming back to the boat with Ella.
Boat's out there. I'm going to follow in the dinghy. You got it. You got it. Hey Teak, what do you think of El Gato? Teak. El Gato. At El Gato.
It's been a truly special week on board Tay-Lee. Next week is no different.
Oh, that's Vet Tails! Vet Tails!
Apparently, we're going to this town up here, but there's no real path, so we're just following this bike trail along and seeing where it will lead us.
As we meet a couple of people who've been changing lives out here in the sea and doing some really important work. We can't wait to share it with you, and we'll see you next Monday.